Hello there. Welcome to my campfire. My name is Seraphine, the Midnight Bard, and I travel from place to place, seeking the strange, the bizarre, and the unexplained. How well do you trust your senses? Despite its persistence and ubiquitous nature, reality can be somewhat deceitful. Time is relative and subject to change under the right conditions. Eyes and ears are notorious for playing tricks on the mind. And while we're on the subject, the mind of man has been known to bend reality to its will in small amounts. Knowing this, how sure can we be that anything is as it seems? What guarantee do we have that the sun is shining, if not for our perception, which could be deceiving us as we speak? Is fire hot? Is water wet? Is the kettle orange, or is it yellow? I once met a man who developed a deep distrust of his reality. Sights, sounds, and more in his home seemed alien, unfamiliar, and it all seemed to stem from the peculiar nature of his kettle. With each step I took, the hallway cried out under my weight, which was odd because the floorboards hadn't made a sound until that morning. I did my best to shrug it off and continued to the stove, only to stop dead once I saw what was sitting there. I stared at it for a long while. It seemed to glare back, an inanimate object somehow exuding defiance. "Claire, what's with this kettle?" I yelled to my wife. She didn't respond, but I heard the floorboards creaking on her way to the kitchen.
What are you talking about?
She sounded exasperated. "Why is it yellow?" She frowned at me.
That kettle has always been yellow.
Only it hadn't. I used it every morning, and it had always been orange. I picked the damn thing out. I would know. These small things kept me up at night. As ludicrous as it sounds, I stopped using the kettle and only took the long way to the kitchen. Anytime I tried to bring them up with Claire, she would only narrow her eyes at me. My obsession with the kettle caused Claire to become even more distant. We stopped speaking at all. From time to time, I would hear the floor creaking as she went by, but that was all. I didn't blame her. Who would want to be around somebody who spends most of their time in the kitchen staring at a kettle, hoping to catch it in the act of changing colors? How long had it been since I went to work, taken a shower, had a meal? I'd lost track. The only basic need that I fulfilled was thirst. A few times a day, I would go to the sink for water. That was all. And who knows how long it would have stayed that way if I hadn't discovered the stain. A red splotch on the gaudy wallpaper somehow caught my eye. As I squinted at it, an icy feeling crept through me. It was blood. "Claire, can you come in here?" I called. I listened to the all-too-familiar creaking in the hallway before she appeared. "Hey, what happened here?" I stammered, pointing at the wall. Claire walked over, and for the first time in weeks I felt her touch. She grabbed my wrist tightly, glaring up at me. Images began flooding my mind's eye. She was screaming in my face. I was screaming something back in hers, and then the orange kettle connected with her temple. Again, and again, and again, until she finally stopped moving. My shaking hand dropped the severely battered kettle into a spreading pool of blood. Claire let go, her horrific features now greeting me. Her face was little more than a bloody pulp, bruised and purple, her eyes swollen shut. She turned away down the hall, pulled the loose floorboards up and crawled back inside. I went back to staring at the yellow kettle. I missed my old one. Thank you for tuning in to this week's story, Campfire Gang. Remember to leave a like and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you are enjoying my content and would like to help support the channel, please check out my Patreon link in the description, like these honorary bards. Also, be sure to check out the author's links in the description to see more of their work or to contact them and tell them how much you enjoyed their story. Be safe out there, friends. I look forward to meeting you again by the light of the campfire.